Let's just go down the rabbit hole here for a second. Let's just assume this is some sort of adversarial or foreign technology.
Most of the more than 120 incidents over the past 2 decades are not from the U.S. military or other advanced U.S. government technology.
It's right in front of me, it just disappeared, like gone.
To be clear, he's referring to this giant object as a tic tac instead of shaped like one.
We're in, that we don't know what these things are, and they might even be extraterrestrial. That's worse.
Welcome, everybody. We're doing it live from the big island of Hawaii. We don't do this live broadcast very often, but we're happy to be here with everybody tonight. We've got three videos that we're going to be going over. Some UFO phenomenon and Bigfoot. So, guys, we're going to want to get your opinions in this live chat. We're actually doing this live, and guys, appreciate you joining us from around the world. This could be more engaging in the future and how Third Phase Moon rolls out the evidence as it comes in due to the fact of its liquid nature of how much there is out there and how we receive it on a daily basis. So, guys, I'm just wanting to get your opinions as we roll this tonight with the evidence. If you like this show, if you like live premiering or more edited and dynamic the way we've been doing it all these years, or should we do it like this, engage the public in real time and maybe get their opinions? Because later tonight, I'm going to be dropping an invite button. So if you want to join us on this live stream, which we've really never done before on Third Phase of Moon, and have an opinion on some of the evidence we're going to be showing you tonight, we sure would like you to join us. So that being said, let's roll the first clip that has come to our attention. Guys, take a look at this. So this is something we wanted to bring to your attention, guys. It's been making the rounds on the internet, and people said, hey, guys, we want to get your opinion on what is exactly captured in this drone footage. And as we're looking at it closer, it does reveal itself in broad daylight with these protruding, what I say, it almost looks like turbine engines that you'd see on a jet airliner. But you have not just two, but approximately 6 of them. 3 jet engines is what it appears to me. But then this came to our attention from doing some research that there's these unmanned aircraft systems with some tandem of tilt arranged wings to support its flight pattern. Is this what we're looking at, guys? Again, we're going to get a close-up of this new experimental aircraft and then compare it to this drone footage and other schematics. Could this be something man-made? In my opinion, the video that we just saw certainly looks that it could be one of ours, something maybe along these lines. But again, is it in fact what we're looking at in this drone footage? it is very gnarly looking, Flubber Lane. Here's a still photograph that we're looking at. And here's the video. Once again, broad daylight, the drone's up there. We're trying to allocate the exact location, see if we could track down air traffic within the area if it was captured in data. But as we're looking at this, as it comes into frame, it is quite large, and it's not any kind of conventional drone that I'm aware of, no doubt about it. Paper Crane wishes, good to see you. I'm glad you're awake. Third phase of moon, appreciate it. You know, we're trying to be number one. I think we're number one on bringing you the evidence as fast as possible and creating a dialogue in regards to this phenomenon. Guys, what are we looking at? Is this some kind of tandem drone, as Leon the Wise says? Very bizarre, and I'm so glad that it was captured even for a few seconds in time. This is an excellent frame of the video itself, and we can't tell you what it is. We're not saying it's extraterrestrial in nature, but I'm saying that I can't tell you. And as you can see, the shadow left there's some shadow left in wake of this object leaving the frame. But could it be one of these, you know, anonymous flight mode helicopters that are above our skies? It's hard to tell. I'm not exactly sure. And Dave Ayala says, looks man-made. I concur, but it has this advanced tech behind it, in my opinion, that is something, like I said, unusual. Brett, what's your thoughts here? And like I said, we're live right now, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. If you've got any questions, you let us know. And again, we're going to be dropping the invitation link. Get your thought process on some of the evidence we're seeing tonight. Brett.
Yeah, great to be here with y'all. This is awesome. Doing it live, hanging out with the crew, seeing the chat room in real time. This is one for I think we're going to keep doing it in the near future. Now we're looking at something exotic. Is this some new exotic drone that we're looking at? At first, when I was looking at this, I thought maybe it could be shutter speed, kind of creating like we've seen decades ago, the rod effect, where indeed it's just maybe more of a shutter creating the multi-winged look to it. But then when we look at the new drones that are being created in the future, I'm sure there's technology that we're just kind of on the bottom of the barrel on what's really out there and what we're going to be seeing in the near future, Blake.
Yeah, well said. Could it be a shutter effect of the camera itself, especially when it's slowed down and tracked in? I know there could be artifacts within the video itself through maybe a shutter to create the illusion that there are multiple appendages on this craft. But, you know, again, as we're looking at it, I'm not seeing that effect. I don't think it is a shutter speed anomaly. I think what we're looking at is something very experimental. Guys, this is what we're doing. And I'm so glad we're doing this live and getting what your thoughts are in this live premiere. This is pretty cool. We've got some pretty cool things to show you, but there is a shadow too, as Brother in Christ states in the video. Let's go back and take a look at it as it does pass over and leave in its wake. And let's see if it really does match up to the object. Here we go. Do we see appendages on the shadow below? Actually, you kind of do. If I could pause it real quick, and let's see if we could see this again. Shadow comes in and boom. Ooh, it's hard to capture perfectly, especially doing this live. But guys, we'll be getting your opinions as we progress to the next video that apparently is coming in from the Congress, or it's some kind of leaked new video, a UAP video that is about to make it mainstream. I think it's only been out for a short moment on the internet, but guys, we want to get your thoughts. Let's just add this in and get your thoughts. Here it is. And appreciate 606 people watching us live. Is this the Tic Tac Again, we see some kind of almost a feather appendage coming off the fuselage, but I'm not exactly sure what it could be. Listen and watch. So some people might say, obviously, that this just could be an airplane. And since the airplane's such a distance from the camera, you're not really picking up the wings. Maybe it's at a certain angle. But in my opinion, the video is pretty clear, and we're not seeing any kind of nav lights, anti-collision lights on this. And I'm not seeing any wing, but I do see at certain points, as we're going to add some brightness contrast and get a closer look. I was doing some work on it so we could get a little closer. That's what we do here. We analyze the video evidence. Do you see a little feather effect coming off this fuselage? Is it an airplane? I'm not seeing any kind of, again, it's feathery, but no nav lights. Brett, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's interesting. We get these videos all the time. They look real similar to what we're looking at here. Again, I could almost see, like you're saying, the appendages on the side of the fuselage, which maybe I'm leaning toward this being a commercial airliner, and the camera's just a little blurred out, so we're not getting a full scope on it. And being at 30,000 feet, sometimes you don't see the wings as pronounced as you think you might. So this needs to be looked into further, but I am going to rule out that this is CGI. What we're looking at is real.
Claude, he thinks it's a jet, but then again, I would imagine that at one point in the video, after I enhanced it, that I would have saw some nav lights. But you could be right. Again, a lot of people are looking up at these things, and these videos come in every once in a while, and obviously the Tic Tac, apparently, as we if we got to take our pilot's word for it, they exist. So could this be the Tic Tac? That's the question. Mark, the truth searcher, says could be a balloon. I don't think it's a balloon. I'm not seeing any kind of tether, unless it's some kind of like experimental weather balloon in this kind of cigar shape up in the stratosphere, moving at quite some speed here. Because as we're looking at this, it's moving at least 200 to 300 miles an hour, somewhere between there. Not super extraordinarily fast, but it's moving. I don't think it's a balloon, but everybody's got their opinions, and that's what I like. Let's see. Rich Buddy says he thinks he sees a rotor. He says that he thinks it's a helicopter. It's interesting because people have their own ways of looking at things, and I love that in ufology. Like, it's really amazing on everybody's opinions, and there's nothing that's better than people's views on the phenomenon. I would have to disagree. I don't think it is a helicopter. Gordon Ogie says it's the Jetsons, and there might be some kind of a good thought process on that, because there is, in my opinion, technology that would send us into the Jetsons reality, and it wouldn't be a cartoon that is being suppressed from us. Could this be maybe a military drone hanging up there with some kind of new feather appendage that we kind of saw in the movie Dune?
Yeah, I want to ask a question, Blake. Was this out of the UAP office? Is that where this got released?
Yeah, I think that's being presented as evidence coming in from the new UAP office.
Yeah, and that's why we're sharing it, because usually we wouldn't share something like this because it's kind of vague. And again, there seems to be, in my opinion, I'm thinking more of a commercial jet. Frapsap, do you think that this is a helicopter? I'm not sure, but I'm going to rule out that the UAP office really knows what they're doing when they're dropping these kind of videos as evidence. It kind of makes more people scratching their head what's really going on, because this really doesn't bring too much to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we're actually sharing it with you, because if indeed this is coming from the UAP office, then again, we have to share it with you. And I'm not saying this is extraterrestrial by any means whatsoever, but it is something that is new, that has come out as of a recent time. So that's why we're on top of this stuff, and we're loving the opinions here right now on this live premiere on Third Phase Moon. We got 736 people watching us live. That's pretty good in regards to the information in this niche community. And I have to say, kind of good news is that YouTube actually reached out to us today, and we had a little dialogue with YouTube in regards to our channel right here at Third Phase of Moon. And they advised us that we should do live streaming and more of this engagement with the public. And right away, after we got off with this meeting, and there was a lot of questions we had for them, and they're getting back to us. And all I got to say is a great talk today with those guys. Is good talk. So they advised us to do more of this, what we're doing right now, live streaming and talking to you, the public. And that's kind of cool. Guys, we've got one more thing that we're going to be going over tonight. And I think I dropped the invitation link. If you guys want to join us, let me just copy paste this into the link. Maybe you guys could have some comments on some of the evidence that was dropped. Let me bring that in there. And I think there it is. Again, it's our first time. We haven't done StreamYard or I think OBS. It's been about 2 years since we've done this. But let's bring in the Bigfoot, guys. This is interesting, and I believe it's a genuine video. There's no trickery. You could listen to the women's voice who captured this. It just seems authentic. Listen and watch closely here.
Are you able to see it on the picture?
Yes, look.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So there it is. It only lasted for a second. Let me back this up. Listen once again.
Are you able to see it on the picture?
Yes, look.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So they see something, and they zoom in, and you see this thing just hanging there looking right back at them. It almost looks like the thumbnail artist representation of the Bigfoot that we're posting on this live premiere. Pretty much spot on. Are we looking at a life form here? It almost looks like an orangutan, but I don't believe them to be in the wild over here in the United States. Look at this thing. I'm zooming in. You can almost see it. His mouth is open. You see his big arms. It does seem quite stationary. And that's what's kind of interesting. But hey, sometimes when you're just looking at something, you don't move, because that's kind of a hunt and prey kind of reaction. This thing's massive. Brett, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. This thing's huge, Blake. It's stacking up. I would measure this thing to probably be about 7 to 9 feet tall, whatever it is. Again, you did say and mention that I really don't see any movement itself too. This thing's not swaying or bobbing its head. It seems kind of like still. Could somebody drag up something this large into a tree and prop it up just to kind of catch people's eye and maybe pull a fast one on people, or just kind of more of an attraction? Again, this one's weird. I like, again, the girl's reaction when she saw this. It's authentic. What is this, guys? I want to get some opinions in the comment section right there. Travis Troll says Grizzly Adams. That's a good one. That's pretty funny. But pareidolia, that's a possibility. Again, this looks more pronounced. It seems like it's not just hanging there, that it says bushes or a tree to making this. But again, what is this? Cobra says a shadow from a boulder. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm digging it, because some people are actually saying it could be a photo and it's not even moving. So again, we're just sharing the evidence, and it only lasts so long. I wish there was some more where we could see if this thing actually does move to and from. Why did this video only last so long? Typical in kind of Bigfoot cases, but there is this growing interest in the Sasquatch recently, and I think we should follow it if the evidence is provocative as what we're looking at here, because I don't think we're seeing any kind of CGI or any kind of deception other than what we're looking at is the video itself.
Are you able to see
Listen.
it on the picture?
Yes, look.
So
My
the
God.
girl asks, can you see it on the picture in the video, in the phone? Listen.
Are you able to see it on the picture?
Yes, look.
My God, that's crazy.
So they're kind of tripping out from the eyewitness testimony. That's a pretty good performance if they're out there trying to hoax something. And in my opinion, we're just sharing some authentic video of something that we can't explain at this moment. Guys, this is pretty cool, this live business of presenting evidence in a way that's so quick and fast. In my way of saying business, not meaning monetizable, just, as far as how technology has got up to this way of presenting the information as liquid as it comes in. And it is pretty amazing, like YouTube actually reaching out to us today and telling us, you guys need to go live. That's what people want to do, want to see. They want to interact. They want to get excited about things. And we had some suggestions what they could do on their end to help us get the word out in regards to this subject matter, because it is a little tricky when we're dealing with the major players right there. And we've got Flubber Lane that's going to be joining us. That's great. So let's get Flubber Lane in. We're going to add him in, and we're going to get his thoughts on any of the videos that we presented. Let's do it. Let's go to Flubber. How you doing tonight?
Hi, cousin brothers. You guys are the best channel.
Wow, appreciate it. Thanks so much, and welcome. You're our first live.
I'm so excited. I think that Bigfoot is like 7 to 8 foot tall and maybe 400 to 500 pounds, and he's looking at the camera. He knows he's getting his picture taken.
Yeah, he does seem that he's aware of these people looking at him, these two women. That's absolutely for sure. So what do you make of the boulder shadow theory? Do you think it could be a boulder? I see two arms here and a broad shoulder and eyes and a mouth.
I don't think it's a shadow because you see different colors. There's like a darker brown and a lighter brown. And a shadow would be one color.
Oh, that's a great analogy there, because you almost can see in this, if it is the Bigfoot, like almost that it's an elder, like it has almost a gray beard, and it is shaded in different in portions of its
even his face is lighter colored. He's huge. Look at that.
Wow, that's great. Hey, appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. You guys are the best.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for joining us. You want to? Can I get your opinion on this one real quick? Like, what's your thoughts on this? Is this some new, like, just regular drone, or is this something unusual? Or have you seen anything like this before?
No, I think it could be ours or theirs, but the wings are not wide enough to stay afloat. So I think it has some kind of anti-gravity technology involved in it.
Yeah, the anti-gravity verbiage is a little tricky because but there is something that is seeming to defy gravity. And it seems that it's not like defying physics as we know of right now, but that's what it's, that there might be technology that seems to defy physics, but in reality, we've cracked that code.
Exactly. I don't understand the double wings, why it has double wings.
Yeah, I don't think it's this. Some people are bringing this in comparison to this object, and I'm not seeing it. And if that were the case, we'd have a lot more videos of this kind of thing. And this is a peculiar looking craft here. Let's bring in can you stick around, Flubber, for a second?
Sure.
I appreciate it. I like your attitude. Good positive attitudes. That's what we like. That's great. Awesome. Let's bring in
You guys
this.
are awesome.
Let's bring in BK Hive. BK, how you doing tonight? Well, let's see. Maybe.
Doing?
Hey, good. Where are you calling in from? BK.
I'm incredible. How are you?
Good.
Hello.
What's going on, Flubber? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you.
Let me. So, what's your thoughts on which one? So, let's bring up the Bigfoot again. Do you think that's a possible? Can you turn down your background? I think you're playing two streams there, BK. We're getting a double echo here.
The Bigfoot thing, I'm not too sure about. And this UFO thing that I'm looking at, or whatever this thing is flying across the stream, it doesn't look real. I don't see a shadow on the bottom.
No, right here. Look at this. Look at this portion. The shadow pops up right to the right. Watch closely. Watch.
Yeah, but do you see it on the street right there? Do you see it crossing the street? Do you see a shadow crossing the street?
Yeah, there's a shadow to the upper right hand, about 3 o'clock position as it goes by. Watch here. We're gonna get a wide shot for you. Watch. There it is. The shadow.
Oh, I see it.
It's so interesting.
Yep. I don't think it's CGI. We don't. We can spot CGI from a mile away.
Oh, there it is. I saw it up on top, right there on the right. Yeah, going up. Yeah, I saw it there. That's interesting. How cool.
This is awesome. Just engaging with the public as we see it in real time. And
yeah, I didn't see it hitting on the mountain. When you zoom out on the back right there, it's on the top, on the right there as you're going, as the object disappears, you can see the shadow on the mountain on the top on the right there.
Yeah, right there. You can see it perfectly. Interesting video to say the least, and not sure what it is, but all I could say is it is very unusual. Guys, what do you guys think? Should we do more of this engagement with the public and get their opinions on the evidence as it comes in? Yes?
Definitely.
Wow. Hey, YouTube again called us up today and said we need to engage, and we have with our panel members. And again, we want to thank all our panel members out there that have been out there spreading good information and doing a lot of hard work and groundwork too, like Richard Giordano from Goof On. And we appreciate Dark Hour Paranormal, Michael Roser, and Dr. J, and Michael Schratt. Let me tell you, Michael Schratt's a powerhouse right now, and we're so happy that we helped them get this Blue Room Media up and going, and say, hey, look, Michael, you got to get your information out. And Paula Asteria and everybody, this is a big community, and we're going to do this a lot more, guys, and appreciate it. This was kind of a test run. We're going to get our studio going and improve on this whole aspect of presentation of the phenomenon. Guys, we're going to have to let you go, and we know it was kind of a huge night, and we appreciate everybody. It's been kind of cool. Let's do it again, and we'll see everybody real soon. Take care, everybody.
Let's just go down the rabbit hole here for a second. Let's just assume this is some sort of adversarial or foreign technology.
Most of the more than 120 incidents over the past 2 decades are not from the U.S. military or other advanced U.S. government technology.
It's right in front of me. It just disappears. Like gone.
To be clear, he's referring to this giant object as a tic tac instead of a shape like one.
don't know what these things are, and they might even be extraterrestrial, that's worse.